Last night you had a dream. You probably don't remember it. By the time you reached breakfast, it was gone. To you, a dream is nothing. A flicker of nonsense your brain makes while you sleep. Something to forget. But for 300,000 years, a dream was not nothing. A dream was a message, a journey, a visit from someone who had died. When an ancient human closed their eyes and saw the dead walk, or spoke with a god, or fought a beast in the dark, they did not wake up and think that was just my brain. They woke up and thought something real had happened, and that belief that dreams were real may be the single most important idea in all of human history, because what ancient humans saw in their dreams became the foundation of every religion on earth. To understand how, we have to ask a question that sounds impossible to answer. What did they actually dream about? At first, this seems unknowable. Dreams leave no fossils. They vanish the moment we wake. We can't dig up a dream from 50,000 years ago, but we can get remarkably close. Because the moment humans learned to write, the very first things they wrote down were their dreams. The oldest story in human history is the Epic of Gilgamesh, written over 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia, and it is full of dreams. The hero dreams of a falling star. He dreams of an axe, and every dream is treated as a prophecy, a message that must be interpreted, a sign of what is coming. In ancient Egypt, scribes created some of the first dream dictionaries. One surviving papyrus lists over 100 dreams and what each one means. To dream of a certain thing was good. To dream of another was a warning. 4,000 years ago, people were already convinced that dreams were trying to tell them something. This was not a fringe idea. It was, for almost all of history, simply the truth that everyone agreed on. But here is the part nobody talks about. Before writing, before cities, before any of this, what did the dreams themselves actually contain? Modern science gives us a powerful clue. In the year 2000, the neuroscientist Antti Revonsuo proposed something called the threat simulation theory. He studied the content of dreams and noticed a striking pattern. Dreams are not random. They are overwhelmingly about threats, being chased, being attacked, falling, being hunted by something in the dark. Revonsuo argued that dreaming evolved for a reason. A dream is a rehearsal. When you dream of running from a predator, your brain is practicing survival in a safe simulation so that when real danger comes, you are ready. Now think about what this means for ancient humans. Their waking lives were filled with genuine threats, real predators, real darkness, real death around every corner, so their dreams would have been filled with the same things. Night after night, ancient humans ran from beasts in their sleep. They fought, they fell, they survived imaginary dangers to prepare for real ones. The oldest dreams of humanity were almost certainly dreams of fear. And those dreams of monsters in the dark became the first monsters of mythology. But there was another kind of dream, and this one changed everything. Imagine you are an ancient human. Someone you love has died. You watched them die. You buried them in the ground. You know they are gone. And then that night you fall asleep. And they are there, alive, speaking to you as real as they ever were. You wake up and for a moment, you are certain you just saw them. Now ask yourself the question that ancient human had to ask. Where did you just go? How could you have seen someone who is buried in the ground unless some part of them is still out there somewhere, unless some part of them did not die at all? This is the moment many scholars believe that the idea of the soul was born. Ancient humans saw the dead return in dreams and concluded the only thing that made sense. The body dies, but something else, a spirit, a soul, lives on. And if the dead still exist somewhere, then there must be a place where they go, an afterlife. The single most powerful idea in human history, the belief that death is not the end, may have begun with nothing more than dreaming of someone you had lost. And it did not stop at the dead, because if you could meet the spirits of the dead in your dreams, who else might you meet? Across every ancient culture, the answer was the same: the gods. Dreams became the place where humans believed they could speak directly to the divine. In ancient Greece, the sick would travel to special temples dedicated to the healing god Asclepius. They would sleep inside the temple hoping to receive a healing dream, a visit from the god himself with the cure they needed. This practice was called dream incubation, and it was performed across the ancient world, from Greece to Egypt to Mesopotamia. People deliberately slept in sacred places to summon divine dreams. Think about how extraordinary that is. Across cultures that had never met, humans independently arrived at the same conviction that if you slept in the right place with the right intention, a god would come to you in the night. Kings made decisions of war based on what they saw while sleeping. Pharaohs recorded dreams as commands from the heavens. Generals turned armies around because of a single nightmare. Entire prophecies, entire religions were shaped by what happened behind closed eyes in the middle of the night. The dream was not entertainment. The dream was a doorway, the one place where the human world and the world of gods and spirits could touch. So let's put it all together. What did ancient humans dream about? They dreamed of threats, of predators and danger, rehearsing survival in their sleep, and those nightmares became the first monsters. They dreamed of the dead, seeing lost loved ones live again, and from those dreams came the soul, the spirit, the afterlife, and they dreamed of the divine, believing the gods themselves appeared in the night, and from those dreams came prophecy, ritual, and religion itself. The dreaming mind was the first temple, the first place humans ever encountered something larger than themselves. Everything we believe about life after death, about spirits, about gods, may have started in the strangest, most ordinary place imaginable, in sleep. And here is the part that should stay with you. You still do this. You think your dreams are meaningless, just noise, just the brain shuffling its files at night. But you don't fully believe that. Because when you dream of someone you have lost, you wake up shaken. You carry it with you all day. Some part of you feels like you really saw them. That feeling is not a flaw in your thinking. It is the oldest feeling human beings have. It is the exact same feeling that made an ancient human 50,000 years ago wake in the dark after seeing the dead and decide that the soul must be real. We have explained the brain. We have mapped the science of sleep. We know now that dreams are made by us, but the feeling has never left. Every time you dream of someone who is gone, you are standing exactly where your ancestors stood and at the edge of the same mystery, asking the same impossible question that built every religion this world has ever known. Where did they go? And why, for just a moment, did it feel like they came back?